Eric, the great, the What If podcast. If was a fifth, we all be drunk. The What If podcast. If was a fifth, we all be drunk. The What If podcast. If was a fifth, we all be drunk. The What If podcast.
Y'all know what's going on, you know what I'm saying? Welcome back to another episode of the What If podcast. You know what I mean? I am Eric the Great, and today we have world-renowned nutrition coach Daniel the Great. You know what I'm saying? Let's give it up, health specialist. You feel me? Welcome, Daniel. How you doing?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good. I'm good. I appreciate the accolades.
Hey,
just happy to be here.
Hey, as far as I know, if you follow this guy, you know what I'm saying, he is almost like Iron Man. I think actually Iron Man uses a robot. I would more like say Captain America without the machine that he had got into. You know what I'm saying? So in your Instagram videos, if you follow this guy, it's kind of like he's mentally, the machine is in his mind. You feel me? If you don't give up, guess what? You can build Captain America, your own self. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna ask you to disrobe or nothing like that, man, because your muscles might hurt. Your muscles might break the internet. You hear me?
Oh,
you
man.
Feel me?
Hilarious.
But man, just to kick it off, man, I just wanted to talk about breaking routine eating habits. Matter of fact, just routine eating habits. Can you name at least 5 things that Black people just eat without even thinking about it? You know what I'm saying? It's like it's a routine or a tradition, or it's like they'll say you're not even Black if you don't eat these foods. You know what I'm saying? Can you give me 5 of those foods?
Can I give you 5? I mean, it's hard to say specifically just Black people, right? Because I mean, they're all different types of Black people.
That's true.
But let's just, I can speak from my personal experience and from like our personal experience and things I see now. And you start to think about the different times of year you get together and the foods you'll see at those events. So just being from Memphis, one of the first things that pop into mind that's very culturally specific is red sausage, right? That's the first thing that pops into my mind.
Oh, Lord, that joker said red sausage leg. Yeah, hot link. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Better known as a hot link. You feel me? Throw a little slaw on that thing, and it's over with. Hot link, some slaw, and some light bread. It's over with. Let me just tell you. It was delicious.
It's like this. I mean, there are lots of foods that, you know, we can eat in the Black community that we'll see in other communities as well.
Right.
But I've been to Whole Foods many times, and I cannot find the red sausages anywhere, the hot links.
So the red sausage, you can't even find them at Whole Foods.
It does not exist at Whole Foods.
Oh, so what you're saying is they might be so unhealthy that it's not a whole food.
Is it food?
Is it food? That's the question. It's a hot link food. It might not even be food.
That may be the question.
I know I used to get the fork, you know what I'm saying, and get the little skin. I take the first skin out because it was like chewing gum. You know what I'm saying? If you don't take the skin out the hot link, it's gonna turn into chewing gum. So you gotta take that little thin piece of film off of there, and then you'll be good to go. You know what I'm saying? That's just
me. Absolutely. So I mean, it's funny. I don't think I've had a red sausage in maybe a decade or so. But hey, I mean, if I was in Memphis and I was at a barbecue,
it
might happen. It might happen.
Not me, my brother. You know what I'm saying? I cut pork all the way out. You feel me? Pork and beef, get out of there.
Is it even pork? That's the question you have to ask yourself. Is it pork?
Is it pork? Wait a minute.
I actually want to Google right now, but I'm not going to Google in the middle of us talking because I'm like, what is it actually?
What is pork?
No. What's a red link? Like, what's actually in that?
You know what? Why I'm talking about probably I'm gonna give you another routine.
Okay. All right. Hit me with it.
Yeah. Now, fried chicken. You know,
Absolutely.
everybody like fried chicken. You know
Absolutely.
what I'm saying? It's kind of like if you don't eat fried chicken, they would literally look at you like, well, what kind of chicken do you eat? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
You can bake chicken, you feel me? You can smoke chicken, you can rotisserie chicken, you feel me?
So
And
good. So
exactly,
good.
right? Delicious. You know what I'm
There's
saying?
so many different ways.
Alternative.
Absolutely.
Man, fried chicken though. You put it on that napkin and let that grease soak in there. I'm trying to tell you, man. It'll go down.
Here's the interesting thing about fried chicken. I mean, I've lived in a lot of different places, but I've never found anybody who makes fried chicken like what I experienced in Memphis. I mean, even if you go to like a spot like Gus's, I mean, everybody loves Gus's. I mean, even how mom used to cook it, right?
Right.
I'm always disappointed with fried chicken I order out, and then I'm like, I know it's not healthy. I know it's not healthy, so why am I going to sacrifice my health for something that's just not as tasty as I remember it?
Exactly, man. Listen, if you're going to have fried chicken and you know it's not as healthy for you, at least let it taste good.
At least let it taste good.
At least let it tast good, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's two. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Give me another. Give me another.
Rotel.
Hold on. You ain't going to do Rotel.
So Rotel. Let's talk about Rotel. So for anybody who doesn't know,
she tripping, everybody tripping. Man, stop tripping, bro.
Stop tripping, bro.
If you don't know what Rotel is, Rotel itself is simply diced tomatoes and peppers, green peppers. Okay, that's it. That's it's in a can. That's actually in the can. So you can mix that with so many different things and juice. Right. You can mix that with so many different things and make like a nice dish.
Right.
That could be considered healthy.
Right.
But the way when we say Rotel, what are we talking about? We're talking about 2 pounds of Velveeta cheese.
That's right. You gotta get the block, baby. Yeah.
And the Rotel mix, and you put that in a crock pot. Get you some what do you call it? Some scoops. Get you some scoops. Oh yeah, you got to put meat in there too.
You got to put some meat up in there. Ground beef. Now, since I don't got ground beef, I got to put turkey. Ground turkey. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? It might not be as good as ground beef. You know what I'm saying? But it still does the job. You feel
Absolutely.
Me?
And so then you get your scoops in. I mean, it's a delicacy. The challenge with it is, I mean, real talk, Velveeta actually isn't cheese.
Wait a minute. Groundbreaking.
It's not actually.
Oh man, cheese. Come on.
It's like oil. It's oil and some other stuff, just like mixed and created into this block that sits out. Think about where you buy Velveeta cheese when you're in the store. Where do you pick it up? It ain't refrigerated, bro.
It ain't refrigerated. It actually be chilling right when you come in, right beside the Rotel.
Just hanging out. Just hanging out.
Man, they got a display cake. Yeah.
Name me one other cheese you can do that with.
I can't think of one. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you remember when they used to have the commercials, right? Mm-hmm. They said Kraft is made from pure blah blah blah, and then you got this other brand. It got oil and vinegar and water or something like that.
Pour it in there. Yeah.
I remember the commercial. I don't want the oily cheese. Mm-hmm. I want the real thick cheese. You know what I'm saying? They come from cows, which we ain't even supposed to be drinking milk. But that's another story. You know what I'm saying? Because we are not a calf. So why are we drinking from a cow? Not saying that they need to have breast milk on aisle 4. That's not what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Because somebody else's breast milk, I just can't be drinking breast milk in my cereal. You feel me?
I mean, hey, you never know. Get you some colostrum, a little bit of breast milk.
What was that?
You might. It's like, oddly enough, there are communities of people who, so after someone gives birth,
okay,
like the first, I don't know if it's the first week or so, what they actually produce from their breasts isn't milk, it's colostrum.
Oh.
And so it's more nutrient dense than anything else you typically find. And there are people who will actually like harvest this, adults, harvest this and consume it.
Is that right? So you
This
can
is
tell.
this is
Hold
correct.
on, hold on, hold on. Breaking news. Breaking news. They tripping.
He tripping. She tripping.
They tripping.
Everybody tripping.
Man, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I actually had this theory a while back because I was like, okay, if you're not, because when Dr. Sabi said, why are you drinking milk when you're not a baby cow? You know what I'm saying? We should be putting stuff in our bodies that are for us. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, it was just a tribe. You know what I'm saying? We were eating grass and the plants and the fruits. You know what I'm saying? We ain't have no Kroger. We ain't had no Walmart. You feel me? So it's like the breast milk probably was used in foods. You feel me? Because that's what you feed your baby to grow. So when we grow, what's to say that we can't keep on growing mentally? You know what I'm saying? If we keep on drinking breast milk, that's all I'm saying. It might sound nasty, but that's all I'm saying.
Listen, you cuddle up to your sweetie at night, and it's like, hey, I'm a little thirsty.
Okay. This is one time looking at it.
Yeah.
Oh, give me some of that colostrum, girl.
Oh yeah.
That's hilarious, bro. Okay.
All right, what we got? What's next?
Okay. We got at least 3. Got rotel fried chicken and hot links. Give me at least 2 more. Now,
what you got?
Go ahead. Because
I was just gonna think about one that I actually was thinking about yesterday because I had biscuits and gravy for breakfast yesterday.
Okay.
But it was like gravy completely different. So I'm thinking about gravy as one.
Okay. The brown gravy or the white gravy?
Probably brown, because brown is that's it.
I ain't never really messed with white gravy. I was just trying to see what you was in with, you know what I'm saying? Because when they were serving white gravy at Miss Winters or whatever they be selling there, I'd be like, man, I don't need no white gravy. Yeah,
right.
Continue.
Absolutely. I mean, but again, that's the challenge with gravy is it's a bunch of oils, and I mean it's not
just flour and oil, ain't it?
It's flour and oil, a little bit of seasoning. But it's delicious. Don't get me wrong. It's delicious. Hey. Absolutely delicious.
Absolutely, but it's unhealthy.
But it's more of a delicacy that you should have on an occasion than gravy daily. I can't
2 times a week.
If you ask me how often you should have something like gravy,
okay,
I would say holidays. That's it.
So gravy is pretty much
3-4 times a year.
Gravy sounds like it's poison. Hey man, don't eat this poison every day.
Right.
It's good, you know what I'm saying? But it does remind me a lot of alcohol sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Because alcohol is essentially poison.
Yeah.
That they regulated, and now I don't understand how they just don't have the Uber station right beside bars, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody's pretty much driving home a little tipsy.
This is what I always think about this as well. I mean, if you're a police officer and you really want to put some people in jail, you just hanging out at the bar.
Just hanging out. Oh, you done?
Yeah, go ahead and get in your car. I'm good. I'm not gonna do anything. The moment you pull off.
Hey, whoop, whoop. Yeah. As soon as you get to that light, you know they're gonna be nervous anyway. It don't matter. You better not have no lights out or nothing. As soon as you swerve, you know you're gonna swerve. I just seen you drink 7 Vegas bombs and a Jaeger bomb and all these other bombs. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Now you finna go to the drunk tank.
No, not what you want. Not what you want.
Not what you want, man. But what is the last? Matter of fact, I got one for you.
You hit me with it.
Baked macaroni. Oh Lord.
Baked macaroni.
Yeah.
That's delicious. It's like it's so hard to do just top 5 because I'm like, man, we left off so much.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about anything you throw on the grill.
That's true.
Be it being ribs or chicken chicken's delicious. Chicken's delicious. I got no problem with chickens, but ribs.
Yeah. Matter of fact, let's go ribs. Because ribs, I feel like it's a lot of black barbecue. You know what I'm saying? Or if you got barbecue, if you don't got ribs, people will look at you like, why are you having the barbecue? First of all, with just chicken. Where's the ribs? What's going on? Hot dogs. What's this? A kid birthday party or something?
You can't do hot dogs and burgers.
What you got some chips?
That's a cookout.
Get out of here with them chips. Oh, chill.
Yeah, and we didn't even mention anything sweet.
Oh,
we ain't talked a cobbler, a pudding, none of it.
Oh my Lord Jesus. That's a lot.
It's a lot, man. It's a lot.
So why don't you tell us, Daniel, brother of mine, nutrition specialist.
And Eric didn't point this out. I'll just say to start off, he said Daniel the Great, but he never said, "Hey, this is my brother."
That's true. That's true.
This is my brother.
Listen, I was thinking about it as I was going through. I was like, because when he said, you know how Mama used to do it, I was like, yeah, I did forgot to say it was my brother on here. Yes, people, this is my brother. Can y'all see the?
All right. Let's see. Go straight face. I can't do straight face.
Looking at it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, I love you, man. And like I said, yes, this is my brother, man. Younger brother. Yeah. I know his muscles might be older than me, but yes. I came out of there first.
Oh,
hey,
yeah.
Everybody. You feel me? But why don't you tell us how to eat healthy? What can we do to do better with our eating routines? You know what I'm saying? Or break our eating routines, but still not so drastic that we just get upset and start choking people.
Yeah. You definitely don't want to choke people.
Right.
That's not a good move
at all.
So it's hard to say one broadly sweeping perfect diet or solution for everybody. There are lots of different, everybody's got different histories, upbringings, tastes, preferences, whatever it is.
Right.
But I mean, the best way for anybody to make progress is to start out by truly understanding what you're doing now. A lot of us eat unconsciously in our lives now. Like we wake up without a plan. You just wake up, it's like, all right, what am I going to eat? I'll grab something on the way to work. What does that mean? You're hitting the drive-through. You're getting your staple biscuit. You're getting some Chick-fil-A. Maybe you hit Starbucks, get your coffee, or your
right.
Well, let's first of all say, I experienced this last week and had a thought about it.
Okay.
We're adults, and as adults, our kids, if we let our kids have cake for breakfast every day, they would take it, and they'd love it.
That's true.
Right? They'd be like, oh yeah, we're all about this cake life, but we don't let them do that. Why? Because we care about them. We want them to develop. We want them to be strong, and we don't want them like crashing on sugar and having health problems. Right. So what have we done as adults? We say, you know what? If we can rename that cake bagel or muffin, I can eat that for breakfast.
That's true.
Because I'm an adult, I can make my own decisions.
That's true.
But how many people are having cake for breakfast every day? Not only are they having the cake, but then their coffees are like milkshakes.
Oh my God.
So you're having a 600-700 calorie straight sugar breakfast on your way to work.
Starbucks.
And
why are you assassinating people? Why are you giving people diabetes?
Nothing wrong with Starbucks in and of itself. The problem is with the decisions we make. It's sugar. We love who doesn't like sugar?
Man, everybody likes sugar.
Everybody likes sugar.
Lord Jesus. I don't know what or when I found out about how many things have sugar in them. How many things are sugar? I did not know pasta was sugar. You know what I'm saying? How can a noodle be sugar? It was blowing my mind. You feel me? They said bread. I guess we looking at the physical form of sugar. Right. You know what I'm saying? You look at a piece of bread, it's so light and fluffy. This can't be sugar. You know what I'm saying? This looks like wheat. I thought it was wheat. You know what I'm saying? That's why I started eating wheat bread instead of white bread.
The white bread, yeah.
Yeah, like I've been eating all my life. So I started getting wheat bread, hopefully, That ain't got no sugar in it, but I'm pretty sure they just put some food coloring in there, put a little wheat in there, and then still got sugar in it.
Sprinkle a little wheat. I mean, the thing is it's all about how our body processes it.
Right.
And any carbohydrates are processed. I mean, it's sugar. That's how our body will process that. And simple sugars just get processed more quickly than more complex sugars, which could be oats or bread or pasta. It's like it just takes longer for it to get into the bloodstream. That's it. But essentially, our body's going to handle all of those the exact same way. So you're absolutely right. We are inundated with sugar everywhere in our society today. And then any of your processed foods have additives in them that are going to have more sugar and more sodium in them as well. Right. So again, going back to what most people want to do is, man, limit the drive-through, right?
Okay. Eliminate the drive-through.
Processed foods, try to reduce what you're doing there as much as possible. Okay. I mean, the reality is sometimes you're restricted by, or you're constrained by what you can do financially, and it's just easier to financially and time wise.
Right. So
it may be easier to do that.
When you say processed food, are you talking about like frozen chicken nuggets or some stuff like that?
Let's talk TV dinners. Let's call it a TV dinner, which doesn't exist anymore, but or maybe it does. Maybe it does exist, and I'm just unaware.
Exactly. Listen, in the days of microwaving a TV dinner and half of my macaroni be cold, and then my brownie is turning into I don't know, it's overcooking pretty much. But then you got cold mashed potatoes or something. Man, come on. We can't eat like that, people. We can't eat like that. You know
but it's really hard. I mean, it is very nuanced for every individual. It's like most people know what they shouldn't do. Right. It's just hard to do it. I mean, our environmental influences are such that they entice us to make those bad decisions every day. Like I say, if there's a what's the chicken place? Popeyes. There's a Popeyes 2 blocks from where you live, and then your grocery store doesn't serve anything but red sausages. It's hard. It's hard for you to consistently get healthy foods. I can still remember. I mean, you take where we grew up, and we had was it Maxie? What was the name of the store?
Sure had Maxie's. We had Piggly Wiggly. We
Wiggly,
had
Maxie.
Big Star. You feel
Big
me?
Star.
Man, to this day, I don't know what a Piggly Wiggly.
The food options available in those stores versus like an Albert's or a Cecil's that used to exist.
Yeah, I used to see a Cecil.
There are food options in a Cecil's or Albertsons. That's what it is, Albertsons. Completely different from what we experience. And so even as we talk about do better, it's like, all right, what do I do? What does everyone think these days doing better means? It means I'm not eating meat. It's like, okay, you're trying to be conscious. You're trying to make conscious decisions, but that does not automatically equate to health.
Just because you cut out meat.
Just because you cut out meat. Now, if you all of a sudden simply substituted all of your meat products with processed Morningstar or what is it, Incredible Burger?
Oh, Lord.
It's like you may actually be in a worse spot now because those things are heavily processed and they are not adding anything of nutritional value to you. You've just substituted. And sometimes, that may be an easy step to take, but it's not necessarily healthy. Fruits and vegetables, all right, those are probably going to do well for you at the end of the day. So it's like, start with something like that. It's like, man, if you hadn't eaten a piece of broccoli in a decade,
oh Lord,
maybe you should introduce some broccoli every once in a while.
I just ate some broccoli, matter of fact.
There you go.
You bring that up, you know what I'm saying? So if a person wants to kind of break their eating habits slowly but surely, you know what I'm saying? If you're not gonna eat meat one day, you probably eat 2 vegetables. Because I remember Mama used to have like a meat, a vegetable, and a starch or a carbohydrate. You know what I'm saying? So you got chicken, rice, probably I ain't gonna say green beans.
You know it was green beans. That's the first thing popped in my head. you already know. That's exactly what we had. Let's be honest. Let's keep it real with the people.
Hey, that's real deal Holyfield. So if you out there and you just giving your children just a piece of chicken and some macaroni and then walking away, guess what? Your child is probably going to weigh more than you by the time he's 13. You know what I'm saying? Is that a good assessment?
I mean, it's hard to say. It depends on where that chicken comes from. It depends on what the rest of their meals look like. And then we hadn't even talked about movement, the movement side of the equation.
That's true.
Because nutrition is important, but it's also like, what do you do with your body? Are you
true.
walking? Are you getting out in the sun? Do you have any exercise routines or anything? All of these things add up. So, and again, you made the face after I said where the chicken comes from. Is it fried chicken? Is it fried chicken? Is it cooked in vegetable oil? Or is it a nice rotisserie piece of chicken from a free range pasture raised?
You know what? I've been seeing those when I go to the grocery store, and I be like, free chicken. So I'm like, hold on. So what kind of chicken I've been eating? Is this a slave chicken I've been eating that bunched up together like Coach on the airplane? You know what I'm saying? But the other chicken, they just running free. They just getting exercise and they getting the best fruits and vegetables. You know what I'm saying? So that when I had to think about it, like, okay, some people only getting the bad version of chicken.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And then even if they bake it, it still can be unhealthy for them, right?
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, if you get a stressed, diseased piece of meat and you eat it, you become what you eat, right? You are what you eat.
Hey, I have heard about this. You know what I'm saying? Like cows that be looking and in fear. You know what I'm saying? Everything tightening up because their head finna get chopped off. Excuse my language.
Yeah.
But then we eat that fried piece of meat. Now, our body.
You're anxious. Yeah.
And
you're anxious. It all comes. It's a trickle down effect. But again, that's going to a level of nuance. You can't just say, I can't confidently say that kid's going to be overweight. What we can say is that we have an obesity issue in America in which our children are overweight.
Right.
It's clearly happening, but there's no guarantee it's going to happen to you. So yeah, man, if I come back to it, the best that anybody can do is look at where you are, make a small, simple step in the right direction. Not have any greens, add some greens. Not moving at all, start taking a walk. Not drinking. If every meal has a soda in it, replace those with water. Or go with like a LaCroix. Are you familiar with LaCroix or San Pellegrino? Or they're just carbonated waters.
Oh,
you can even get those flavored, right? An AHA or I forget what the other versions are, but you could do those instead of having
is it
sodas.
Similar to an alkaline type of situation?
It's not alkaline. No. It's not like the it's not the same thing as that. This is just like a bubbly water. Bubbly is another version of this.
Okay.
So it's almost like flavored bubble. It's like flavored soda, but without sugar.
Oh Lord, that sounds nasty as hell.
So
hey, you know how you get a Sprite and then it's carbonated water and you don't know it's carbonated water. You're like, oh my God.
That's fair. That's a very fair statement.
Yeah. So it tastes a little like that.
This is more like, I mean, I can't even say it, unless you try club soda with lime ingest a club soda with lime or you just have to acquire a taste for it. Maybe just go water. If you don't like that, just go water, squeeze some lemon.
Water, because everybody grew up drinking water, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Out the water hose, out the sink, you hear me?
Get it done.
Now we probably don't drink as much tap now because we're realizing that people that work, when you start getting old, you like people got jobs, somebody work at the water plant. If the person at the water plant all of a sudden feels not pushing the button that say sterilize, guess what? Everybody gets sick. Or everybody, and you probably not even notice it. You know what I'm saying? But you drink it. As long as you ain't drinking out the sink, you good. But it's still coming out the shower or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? You don't know if stuff sterilized or not, man. We just hoping and praying. You feel me?
Absolutely. I mean, you're right. We do have to put a lot of trust in the systems we've got in place to provide us with clean water.
Yeah, man. Hey, I did want to ask you this. Now, let's just say, what if question for today.
What if?
Yeah, if animals for some reason were becoming extinct, right?
Mm-hmm.
So everybody pretty much had to become a vegan.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to know, do you know what vegan food tastes like? Have you ever tried vegan food?
Oh man.
Like a chicken that was a cauliflower type of situation.
How do I address this? So I have a lot of strong opinions around veganism,
Okay.
in particular, and it simply comes from the place of, there's a lot of dogma associated with it, where those who believe it's me. What do you hear? What's the similarity between like CrossFitters and vegans? Is, I mean, you don't have to ask them if they're CrossFit, if they do CrossFit, or if they're vegan, they're going to let you know, right? And then in the process of letting you know, they let you know that what you're doing is wrong. Oh, you're in the gym doing what, bro? No, you don't need to do that. I CrossFit.
Okay.
Oh, you eat chicken? Oh, that's killing you, right?
Hold on. Now CrossFit, because you threw a bunch of terms at me. I wasn't ready for.
Sorry about that.
Now CrossFit is a type of exercise, or is it a type of veganism?
No, it's exercise. So it's a type. It's a gym. It's a type of gym.
Okay.
That people do. So
if you CrossFit, you can't eat meat or something.
No. This just has to do with the fact that vegans make sure they're vegan in most instances, and but not all vegans. I mean, I know.
So pretty much, if I came up to you and you ain't know me, I'd be like, this: "Hey man, how you doing today, man? Yeah, I'm vegan, so I gotta use the."
I mean, like, you should check it out. You should just go to YouTube and be like, I'm sure there are parodies of this everywhere, where someone does a video of like just inserting, "Oh yeah, I'm a vegan," into random conversations. It's like, "Hey man, weather's awesome today." "Oh yeah, but since I'm vegan and whatnot,
sun can't get on that
I don't really go in the sun that much.
Yeah,
or
I eat too much broccoli."
Right. Just throwing random facts in there for no reason. That aside, I mean, honestly, I'm in the process right now of actually trying to experiment with more of an elimination of animal products.
Okay.
Now, I don't like to ever use the words vegan or vegetarian because I don't like labels. Okay. That's just me and my personal preference.
Hey, I feel you, man. But I like to be labeled, put you in the box.
Right. I mean, I don't like that. Yeah. But if animals were extinct and we had to eat without animals, could we do it? Sure, we could. Could we thrive on it? Potentially. I'm sure we'd figure out a way, right? We're a smart species that's figured out a lot of things, and we tend to overcome challenges. So I would guess we would be able to do that.
Right.
But I still think we would have some of the same issues today. Would everybody in America becoming vegan eliminate the fact that over 50% of our population is obese? Probably not. If they're just substituting their regular chicken for chicken substitute, right? But if they're adding more fruits and vegetables into their diet, if they're finding ways to sleep more, handle their stress better, if they're moving more often,
right,
then we may be able to reverse that, which I think is what should be the focus, and not necessarily just on, oh, we need more vegans. Okay, right. You want more fat vegans, or you want more healthy Americans?
Fat vegan. So a vegan just going to town on vegetables that look like chicken. Oh, give me more. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. I'm gonna have to cut you off, man. Eating up all the squash. You know what I'm saying?
But that's that's what you have in mind, is that you would think that if you're vegan or you're plant-based, then you're actually eating tons of vegetables.
Right.
In my experience, that has not been the case. It's like a lot of people will find ways to say simply, I don't eat meat, but I have potatoes, rice, meat substitutes. I'm just doing the exact same thing.
Right. I ain't
but
thinking
not
about
with
that.
meat.
I ain't thinking about that, because when I'm just thinking about vegetables. I ain't thinking about rice. I ain't thinking about potatoes. Yeah. Right. You know what I'm saying? French fries. Somebody just have a big old bowl of French fries.
I'm vegan. I eat fries all day.
Yeah. Hitting it with the ketchup. Boom.
It's like, hey man, I'm gonna go get this vegan meal from McDonald's real quick.
Let me get
a couple of large fries.
Yeah, man. Give me the number 11, which is just 3 large fries and a drink. You feel me? And I heard that fries are actually more filling than a burger is, or has more calories. Am I wrong about that?
Well, I don't know.
Okay.
It depends on what you mean by it.
Like fries is just a meal by itself.
If you have fries it depends. If it's McDonald's and their menu, I don't know how many calories are in a Big Mac. I don't know how many calories in an extra large fry. I couldn't tell you. Is one more filling than the other? That's going to be subjective for each individual, honestly. So, but it's very possible that your fries have more calories than your burger does because they're cooked in oil. And if you get an extra large, you may have more.
Right. It's still oil. You know what I'm saying? Well, I mean, vegan. So you have tasted vegan food before?
Yeah, I mean, so there are some very specific vegan foods that people will identify, whether it's meat substitutes, which I have tried.
Okay.
Can I say I love them? I mean, I prefer a real burger to a Impossible Burger any day of the week.
Hey man, just give me a 1 to 5, man. Ranking 1 to 5, man.
of vegan foods. I mean, again, that's hard to say. But if I were to say what are my top 5 vegan foods, it's going to turn into simply what are my favorite fruits and vegetables.
Oh, okay.
Because that's gonna be my basis for
vegetables, not a meat substitute.
Absolutely. Okay. And what I end up substituting in is maybe some legumes or lentils, which I've never had lentils. Legumes I've had, which are just either some form of bean.
Okay.
I'd have some beans, certain types of rice.
What's the other one you said? You said lingo?
Lentils.
Lentil. What is that?
They're like a little,
like a chickpea.
It's similar to like a seed. It's like a cross between a seed and a bean.
Okay, a seed bean.
A seed bean. Let's call it a seed bean.
Yeah, already.
But when I try those, I'll let you know how they taste. But beyond that, I mean, I love sweet potatoes. I love regular potatoes, so I'm gonna have those. I love broccoli.
Oh yeah.
Green beans, not in the can. I enjoy.
You know what? I had heard something about this the other day about all vegetables that's in the can. You know what I'm saying? How healthy can that be? Because in my mind, I ain't think of it as manufactured or with some type of product on them to keep them preserved.
The preservatives,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what kind of juice? We just be pouring the juice all in there. You know what I'm saying? Thinking it's juices because you know what I'm saying? Like flavor. Yeah. But not knowing that juice is probably what's keeping the beans alive. You feel?
Right.
But is that healthy for us and all around? That sounds like a no smile to me.
I mean, I hate to say
it can't be proven.
I mean, there's probably research that actually shows there's a hierarchy for most things, right?
Okay.
A green bean freshly picked, best it's going to be.
Right.
A green bean that's picked and then maybe flash frozen is probably next. It's like a quick freeze gets to you, you thaw it out and you eat it. So preserved at its peak condition.
Right.
And then you start getting to other areas of, all right, if it's in juice, I try to imagine what this factory looks like.
I know.
All these green beans come in and they just drop them into this huge vat.
Yeah.
I have no idea if this is correct for anybody who's watching. This is just what I imagine.
Yeah.
Drop them into this huge vat. And then what type of liquids are they putting in there, right? Is that water? Is it salted water? Is it like...
Right.
Because they're flavoring them. And just as you mentioned earlier, I'm really curious. I don't have a can of green beans here, but I may just pick one up for an experiment to look at the label. But you said sugars and everything. Is there sugar in there? It's like, is this sugary, salty water that they're cooking the green beans in, and then they throw them in a can and like it's sealed and it's good to go for 2 years or 5 years or 10 years.
Bruh, that can't be healthy.
I mean, it depends on what healthy means. Is it nourishment? Like, will your body be able to process it without making you violently sick?
Oh, Lord.
Yes. If you eat it every day for 40 years, is it having a negative effect?
Right.
Potentially, but it's not
Now,
killing you immediately. So
I'm thinking that anything that's manufactured, you know what I'm saying, with antibiotics and whatnot, that they be putting stuff on farms or plants and all this right here.
Mhm.
I don't want to say it causes cancer, you know what I'm saying, but I just did, you know what I'm saying.
You did.
That's just my theory, you know what I'm saying, because I don't know if they had cancer back in the day when they were just eating plants off the tree. You feel me? It probably wasn't no such thing, you know what I mean. But now that we have genetically modified stuff, and you got chickens bigger than your head, you got church's chicken looking like an airboat. It's out of control. You know what I'm saying? We just love it because bigger is better. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And then we just see more of, and then we just start sharing it with our children. Hey, I can do one meal. I can share it with all of y'all because it costs $2. You feel me?
Right. Which is a real concern. It's like, what are you financially able to do? Because you just want to be able to eat.
Right.
But if you are outside of that realm and that's not your major concern, just having the food, you can make better decisions than that. Does it cause cancer? No idea. That's outside of my realm.
Right.
But
I'm just throwing another what if out there. You know what I'm saying? Pop quiz, what if on you right quick.
But what I can tell you is, I mean, and this is based on something I've read recently. What a lot of us don't know is that, I mean, within our gut, we have tons of bacteria and microorganisms, which support a healthy and thriving life. And all of these things feed off of what we eat, right? So we feed the bacteria, which makes us feel well and all that great stuff. Once you get into antibiotics, what do antibiotics do? They kill bacteria.
That's true.
And so if you're consuming these foods that heavily antibiotic presence in them, it's damaging your microbiome and your gut line, which leads to inflammation, which leads to potentially neurological issues. It leads to obesity. It's like there are so many things linked to these antibiotics we're having because we're destroying things that allow us to be healthy. This symbiotic relationship we have between our microbiome and the bacteria in our gut and what we think of as our body. Right. So whether any of that leads to cancer, there might be research to support that, but I couldn't tell you about it.
Yeah, it sounds like the stuff that we eat, they put stuff in that to kill off germs or bacteria. And then the stuff that we already have inside our body that's in our makeup to kill germs, we swallowing something that kills germs. So it's like you got two defense mechanisms bumping into each other. What are we supposed to do? Are we supposed to combine or are we supposed to kill you?
Like
you
know Voltron?
What I'm saying? Yeah, it's like, are you killing my protectors or am I killing your protectors? Because I gotta digest you, you know what I'm saying? Or I'm gonna start throwing up. The body gonna reject you. You feel me?
Yeah.
Now, speaking of rejection, you feel me? I wanted to switch or segue right quick and hit relationship help. You know what I'm saying? Health. You know what I'm saying? Because I think sometimes, or just communication, when it comes to interacting and trying to grow with a person with some type of companionship, you know what I mean? / intimacy, you know what I mean? / hey man, just if they on their best behavior, are you tricking me in the beginning? And then when you get past the goal line, then you let your belt loose and then you just stop doing everything you did to get to the touchdown. That's all I'm saying. Now, my first question, do you feel like when you first start dating a female, is it too good to be true? Do you get that too good to be true feeling sometime when you first start out?
Absolutely. I mean, I think that's natural. I mean, I think that's the way our bodies are engineered to make us attached to one another as quickly as possible.
Right.
All the physical stuff happens within you, and it's like you ignore some of the red flags, and you don't look at the bigger picture.
That's true. Now, what would you say is a good way to expose or to just put a more spotlight on the red flags so you can know them beforehand. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? What would be your advice for that?
So, I mean, again, maybe some people know my story, maybe they don't, but was married, divorced, have a beautiful daughter out of that. And ever since divorce, I've done a lot of work personally with relationships and in my perspective on relationships, and showing up either in familiar relationships or friendships or romantic relationships. So
Right.
it's like I've got different perspectives than what I maybe learned growing up on certain aspects of relationships. So first thing that comes to mind for me, in order to identify and see these red flags, in light of the fact that you're blind to them because your body's like, oh man, this is awesome, I'm loving this, right?
Exactly, right? It's
The,
so
the
pretty. That's all. You don't really hear most of the conversation sometimes. You be
yeah,
looking, you be like, man, I really love this your hair. You know what I'm saying? You be like,
yeah,
yeah, I'm from Egypt. You know what I'm saying? My mom, you be like, what? You from Egypt? So you be
yeah,
like, man, how is it like over there in Egypt? You know what I'm saying? Not knowing
yeah,
if you really fall in love with this person, then guess what? You're gonna have to take on some of that Egypt culture. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? And then not knowing that your culture and the Egypt culture might clash. You know what I'm saying? She might not talk to her mom or dad in years, and they mad as hell that she dating outside of the Egypt realm. You feel me?
right.
And then you walking into the living room thinking, "Hey, daddy," he like this
And
here.
get out of my house.
You are not. You are not from Egypt. Oh Lord Jesus, what did I
all
walk into? You know what I'm saying? So it's
all
gonna
very
be a
possible.
battle, man.
Yeah, all very possible. But one of the first things you want to do is actually identify what are your like non-negotiables. What are you not willing to accept in a relationship? I mean, and the other side of that is, what are your must-haves in a relationship? Have you ever sat down and consciously thought about these things before you were in a relationship? I mean, if you're not in a relationship, perfect time to do it. If you're in a relationship, perfect time to do it.
Right.
The difference being, if you're in a relationship, if you don't have it, you can't necessarily just say, you know what, hey, you're not hitting these markers, we're done. It's like,
Hey, look.
I wouldn't
Look, while
advise
y'all on a
that.
date, you bring up a pad and be like this here. Uh, I'm sorry, Amanda. You just got your last check. And
Yeah,
these are non-negotiable for me. Have a nice night.
have a nice night. Right.
Oh Lord, she gonna start crying.
Right. I mean, but if you're in a position where you're not in a relationship or you're in the early stages of a relationship, I mean, as it's your responsibility to identify what you want and then to stick to that. It's like, it may not be easy. You're going to have to say, you know what, man, I really enjoy being with you, but X, Y, and Z are really important to me, and I don't see how that's going to work in a relationship or a long-term relationship with us. Now, if you're fine to just be casual friends, great,
Right.
but I don't see this going any further. And I think one of the biggest issues with dating sometimes is that we're shamed for wanting what we want. Right? It's like,
Right.
oh, I want a woman who, loves to work out, or she loves to cook healthy food, and she loves to garden or whatever. And it's like, man, why are you so picky? You should just love whatever. It's like, whoa,
Sounds like you're not any of those things, ma'am. That's why you're getting offended.
right? Why is it an issue for me to want what I want? Like, I want everybody to have what they want in love, life, whatever.
Right.
But you have to know what it is, and then you just have to stick to it and not let your infatuation with somebody push you in a direction that you don't want to go.
Hold on, let's pause right there. Your infatuation, guys, just because she has a big old booty doesn't mean you have to break your morals and your codes and say, you know what? I don't love me anymore. I love that booty. Whatever that booty tell me to do, I'm
Mhm.
gonna do it. Stop doing that, fellas. All right? You only
It's
get one
like,
life.
what do you do? Can I curse
Interject.
on here? Can I curse on here?
Of
Or is
course you
it
can. Of
so
course you can
so
curse.
so
Make sure, exactly. Make sure the door closed.
all right? I'm like, let me check real quick. This is have you heard of Kevin Samuels? I'm sure you've heard him mentioned before.
Oh yeah,
But
I have heard Camille Samuels.
but this has, I mean, this has nothing to do with the female side of things, which most people focus on today. This has to do with the males, and it's what Kevin Samuels refers to as dick discipline. He's like, guys, you know, you can be stronger than your urges. It's like, look at the whole complete picture. And I think a lot of this comes back to how we date. We're just like, oh, well, I want it. I got to have it.
Hey,
That's it. That's my focus. It's like, nah, man, you got bigger and
What-
more important things
yeah.
than just
What after
pursuing
that?
that.
Yeah.
What after that? Exactly. So, yeah, man, that's just my thoughts. Figure out what you want, and
'Cause
know when
look.
you don't. Know when you're not going to get it from the person you're dating.
So, what you say if you know what? That's the they act like they perfect and then they all of a sudden turn crazy when they figure out that you done figured them out. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they'll turn crazy on you, man. You know what I'm saying? You get what you want, you done told them what you want, and they said, I wanted that at first. But now, because I done heard this a lot of times, because I had went into a lot of when I was single, I was going to a lot of relationships, or when I was dating, I'd be like, now look, I ain't looking for no girlfriend. I ain't looking for no relationship. You know what I'm saying? I'm just looking for somebody I can have fun with. We can enjoy each other's company. You know what I'm saying? Laugh together, drink together, whatever together. You know what I'm saying? Long as we enjoying each other, I don't see a problem. You good with that? We good with that? Oh yeah, okay. Then let a month go by. You know what I'm saying? They say, what is this? What are we? What is the label? I need a label. I don't know. I don't know about you, but I need a label. I said, we just friends. We friends. Now they don't like the word friends. For some reason, friend has turned into a negative connotation.
Yeah, Rico, your friend. I'm not your friend.
Yeah, man. What you talking? You play friends basketball with your friends, all right? You're not posting me up.
So what we doing? What we doing is friends? That's what friends do?
Exactly. That's what friends do. Last night, that's what you let your friends do to you.
Right.
You're nasty.
I can treat you like a friend if that's you want to be a friend.
Listen,
like, okay.
Listen, when we first started this out, blah, 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 and then they start trying to overtalk you, and then you be like this here. Okay. We was having a nice communication at first, because I believe if you got good communication, then you should be able to talk through anything. No reason. Usually people are lazy with their communication once they got to start cursing or cutting you off or throwing something at you. You know what I'm saying? What's wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? You can't take the answers I'm giving you, pretty much, or my response to your questions that you asking. You know what I mean? You said you was okay. Now you ain't okay, only because you liking me a little more than I'm liking you. You know what I'm saying? Not to say that I don't like you. I like you a lot. You know what I'm saying? Just not to the point where I'm ready to get into a relationship. Like you. So pretty much we're disagreeing about getting into a relationship. You know what I mean? And you don't like that. So you need
I mean,
go ahead.
Yeah, it's so the thing is like you said, communication is key from that perspective.
Right.
But at the end of the day,
Don't bite that tongue.
At the end of the day, we're expecting everyone to be rational. Like sometimes we're rational. It's like, hey, we made an agreement at this point that this is exactly what we're going to do. And we can maintain that perspective throughout. But that may not be the same way the person we're interacting with thinks. It's like, well, that's how I felt then. I got a wave of emotions I'm running with here. And so I think, honestly, it's to be expected. It's like, you should expect waves of emotions.
Right.
But you're not responsible for how they feel or how they react to what you want.
That's true.
And so as long as you're still, hey man, I really enjoy our time together. You know what? I'm going to be as honest and transparent with you as possible, but I still don't want anything deeper with you. And if that's a problem, I completely respect you and your need to leave the situation. but this is what I want.
Uh-oh. There it is.
We got to be adults about it. And the thing is we don't want to rock the boat because we're enjoying those friend benefits too much. And then some of us can end up manipulating a woman into staying there.
Okay.
Like, oh, but maybe my mind will change one day. You know, we can lead them on.
Okay.
And it's like, don't do that. Just don't do it. Be honest.
Okay. It's pretty much when they bring up, what are we? Maybe one day we can.
Maybe one day we can. Just not right now.
Yeah. Then she's gonna put a time limit on that. Well, you need to let me know something by. No.
And then the other side, and this is where Kevin Samuels does kind of kick in, is that the female side of it is, why would you want to be with a man who's telling you he doesn't want to be with you?
Hey, real talk, right? You trying so hard to be with this dude, getting mad because he don't want to be with you, when you really should be moving on, because you're looking a little desperate. You know what I'm saying? Because you're trying to force him to be with you. Do you really want to force somebody to be with you?
And then let's say you get in a relationship and this man's cheating on you. And you're like, well, you would never say this. You couldn't say, oh, well, I forced you to be in this relationship and I expected you not to step out on it, but I did force you into the relationship. Maybe I shouldn't be trying to force you.
Exactly. That's why I didn't want to be in a relationship, because I was going to cheat on you.
I told you how I was day one.
You know what? It usually be that first time that you don't pick up that phone. You know what I'm saying? Y'all been having fun all week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Oh, call on Friday. Then he put you to voicemail. I'm sorry. This person.
Oh, no, he didn't. Girl.
Wait a minute. I must call the wrong number. I had to call the wrong number. Let me hit this one. And then it goes straight to voicemail after that. No rings. Oh, that crazy get to clicking there. I know good and goddamn well he ain't got no another chick over there.
Clapping.
Oh yeah, the clap gonna start coming. I know for girl, get your Tamika.
No. That's not what they do these days. What they're doing is they going to Facebook.
Oh, they're going straight to the social media, huh?
They're gonna go to social media.
They want you to post a picture.
They're not gonna call you out specifically. They're just gonna say, what y'all think about when a guy it's like, wait, what are we talking about here? What are we talking about?
Oh no. Is that post about me?
Right.
Are you sending subliminals through your Facebook posts? Right. I can't tell you how many subliminals on Facebook posts that I see. That's why I stopped looking at it, because I'm like, I don't know what's going on with these
unhealthy. So unhealthy.
Bruh.
It's like,
because everybody think they talking to you, and then they be talking to a whole nother person. And they be like, you know what? I do feel like that.
You know what? Hey, listen, if you got a problem with me, come talk to me.
Please. No, don't put it on Facebook.
The subliminal. Nah, they can't be talking. They would have just texted me. They would have hit me up. We would have talked about it.
I know good and goddamn well. I don't deal with a person that'll do something like this. You know what I'm saying? See, these are the surprise people. They be hiding inside the perfect person that we thought they was. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm so perfect. Oh, so you don't answer that phone? Crazy comes out. You know what I'm saying? Calm down, man.
But honestly, that's the place where, I mean, you take something like how sex can cloud most relationships. Those are things you need to figure out before you start sleeping with a woman. It's like, how do you actually know that she's crazy before you go and get her like so invested in you to that point? Yeah.
Okay. Do you have an answer for that? Because I have a theory.
Let's hear your theory. I would love to hear the theory.
Well, somebody, when you're talking, they can't seem to gauge in on the conversation and try to give a positive feedback. You know what I'm saying? You got somebody that's doing like this here, for real, because I'm hungry. Like, okay.
Hey, right here.
I'm not sure you're focusing. What are you looking at? You looking behind you? trying to see. I don't know if you got into too many fights or something, and somebody's already trying to beat you up. You know what I'm saying? But I need you to focus. I'm watching your back. If I'm talking to you, I see somebody come behind you. I'll be like, watch out, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You ain't got to be.
You ain't got to do that right here.
Looking in cars and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You hear music. Ooh, that's my song. I don't care.
Talk to me.
Talk to me. We talking.
Yeah.
When we talking, we supposed to be in our own universe. You know what I'm saying? Nothing else matters when we talking. You feel me? Unless somebody starts shooting over there, then that's a different story.
Yeah, absolutely. And I would add to that, you know, besides the fact of somebody who can't focus, it's like, let's say you're dating someone and you pace it in a way that's very intentional. Let's say initially you're only seeing them once a week. It's like, hey, you know what? I like you. I'm gonna see you this Saturday. If that goes well, we'll see each other next Saturday, on and on and on.
Right.
And you know what? I'm not going to talk to you every day.
Right.
It's like, and these are the expectations. And if she's not okay with that and she has to call you every single day, it's like, all right, why are you as attached as you
already
are? And it's perfect. You know what? I'll say this. If you have two individuals who both want that, perfect. But if it's not what you want, hey, somebody needs to go the other direction. What you're doing is testing whether or not it's compatible with what you want.
Right.
And that's what the things you need to do before you jump into the sack and like.
Right. Well, so you're saying talk first.
What? Novel concept.
Talk and get to know the person before you have sex. You know
and it's actually more than just talking, you know, putting them in different situations, observing behavior. I mean, here's a common one you hear about. You're out at a restaurant. How do they talk to the server, right? How does any inconvenience, how do they respond to an inconvenience? Accountability. Do you hear them always blaming somebody else? You know what? You know, I'm sorry I'm late, but so-and-so, my roommate was doing this and this and that.
Right.
And it's like, well, what about you? I mean, you know, I was coming a week ahead of time. You know, you could have started getting ready at this time. You know, you pay attention and don't just, again, don't get distracted by the booty.
There you go.
You may just be like, man, you know what? I see it, but man, she looking good.
Oh, Lord, looks like
I'm
good.
just gonna,
looking at dress.
So I'm just gonna, I'm gonna ignore that. You know, we can work on that later. It's like, nah, gonna work on those nerves later is what it's gonna do.
Yeah, man, because guess what? You can't go on with your life if somebody, you can't go with your life peacefully if you have already irritated or poked the bear, the woman being the bear. And she know where you live. I don't know if bringing them over your house is the smartest thing. Just starting off, you know what I'm saying? Let's meet at some neutral ground. That's why he said get to know them, because y'all ain't having sex nowhere if y'all just going out. You know what I'm saying? So nobody's going over nobody's house. Now, if you do go over a female house without some of the red flags, if you go over her house and then you know what? This is definitely not gonna work. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Uh-oh. Sound like a roach coming up.
You know, my own personal experience, it's you know, cleanliness is next to godliness, right? What does your spot actually look like? If it's clean and organized, man, there's such a level of comfort associated with that, because clean space means clean thinking to me. If there's chaos and there's just stuff scattered everywhere, I'm like, that could be a great indicator of how you think and handle the rest of your life.
Right.
And I don't need that. I don't want that.
You know,
so
yeah, and guess what they doing? If they're doing that, they tripping.
He tripping, she tripping, everybody tripping.
Everybody tripping.
Man, stop tripping, bro.
Man, stop tripping. Keep that house clean.
Absolutely.
If your house not clean, guess what? You got roaches.
bro, absolutely. Other thing, I mean, if I'm sitting there, we're on a date, and you got your phone out the whole time, every 5 minutes, I'm like, everything all right? You good? Oh no, I'm just, you know.
I thought it was emergency.
And again, I've only had these experiences once or twice, because now I I tend to filter those out quickly.
Right.
But yeah, that's an issue. That's a no-go. When you're with me, be with me. I'm gonna do the same thing. And then when I'm not with you, I'm not with you. I'm working on something else. So
That's the whole thing of going on a date, is to get to know each other. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? You're supposed to be talking to each other, even if you're talking about somebody else to each other. You know what I'm saying? At least y'all talking, having a conversation. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
You ain't just on the phone. Even if you seen something on the phone earlier, you could talk about
could talk about
it
that.
to the person. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Don't just pick up your phone, because now you're on a date with your phone, not on a date with me. Now I'm gonna pick up. Don't let me pick up my phone. Now we just there, and then we texting each other.
Hey, let me send this. Let me send this to you. I'm gonna tag you in this. It's like,
Yeah, watch.
nah,
Oh, you ain't seen this? Now you showing each other the phone and shit. Man,
nah, don't
look,
do that. Talk to me.
man, let's do an activity. I don't think people do activities no more, like a paint and sip or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Go and do some kind of activity where you racing on scooters. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Do
you
something
could. I mean, lots
active.
of things. Do some rock climbing. Go bowling. Go play some golf together. Go Andretti racing, like you said. You can go mountain biking together. You can go do some hiking. It's so many different.
Hey, I'm gonna leave the mountains alone. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause lately, I've been seeing a lot of people trying to go in the mountains, and then they don't know how to get on the mountain. They don't know the
Yeah,
first thing about a mountain. Next
yeah.
thing you know, you done cracked your back and your skull. You feel me?
Or a bear just comes and
Yeah, you
knocks
forget
your head
birds.
off.
Y'all going in the birds' backyard, pretty much.
Yeah,
Talking about something. We gotta we going to the top. We got oh Lord, Jesus.
exactly,
You know what I'm
exactly.
saying? You ain't going to the top. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you do, now I've heard you have a beautiful daughter, of course,
Mhm.
Zoe, you know what I'm saying? You being a father, you know what I'm saying? I have two beautiful life forces, Deuce and Fat, you know what I'm saying? They I was just thinking about fathers in general, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And are fathers appreciated? You know what I mean? The fathers that do what they're supposed to be doing, you know what I mean? Now, I had this theory. This is another what if, by the way. You know what I'm saying? What if alert? You did. What if Father's Day turned into Father's Week? You know what I'm saying? Where the president, because the president might be a father. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
He needs to make it where fathers have Father Week, the first week. Of course, the family will do what they usually do, breakfast in bed, and children to come sing Happy Father's Day. But the second day, you will be sent to Father's Day Hotel, where they are allowed to call you. You know what I'm saying? The day after that, you know what I'm saying? They can only text you on their first day, but pretty much you get to be in that hotel and do whatever you want to do, except cheat on your wife, of course. You know what I'm saying? If you got a wife, you know what I mean?
Unless that's what you guys are into.
Hey, well, your wife can't be there unless, I guess, she's gonna be on the FaceTime. Like, bet, I got you one. You heard me?
Yeah.
But the main thing is just pretty much have it to where fathers can actually be able to sit down, relax, watch TV if they want to, go to sleep the whole day if they want to. You know what I'm saying? Eat what they want to. And the government, it'll be on the government. Government will literally pay for this week for all
Mhm.
fathers. Do you think this would not only take out stress out of the household, but stress from the backbone of the nation? You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure if
Mhm.
that we the backbone of the nation, but I know we got most of the jobs, most of the high paying jobs. So we probably run most of the nation. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I think this will de-stress and decrease violence, domestic violence. You know what I'm saying? It'll bring you closer to your kids for some reason. I don't know. I just feel like that fathers be on go and have the responsibilities so much. You know what I'm saying? We really don't get a chance to decompress. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. So what are your thoughts?
It's like, let's start here. We struggle in America with false dichotomies. What be it Black Lives Matter or whatever it is. It's like for fathers to be appreciated does not mean that we don't appreciate mothers. So it's like, all right,
of course.
Let's let everybody say, all right,
let's get that out the way. We love y'all mamas.
Toss that aside. Yes, you guys can talk about separately what you do with your Mother's Month or Mother's Week or however you want to run with it.
Exactly.
Run with it. So let's come back to fathers. And there are fewer and fewer safe spaces for men to talk and restore themselves and connect these days more than ever. Men are feeling more attacked than anything. Right. And I believe something like what you're describing could be helpful. I would caveat a couple of things with that. I don't necessarily know that it's a space or a time to relax as much as it is a time to get quiet, get connected with other men, and then recast a vision for our families and for our country, right? It's like coming back to a place of being grounded, being intentional, and taking that energy back into each of our situations. Absolutely. It would. How could it not help?
Exactly. Right. I mean, I'm just saying, bro. Look, like all the people that's on, pretty much going through this, or all the fathers that'll be going to the fathers hotels all across the country, they could be in some like a Zoom if they wanted to have like counseling, or you tell like your hardships, and maybe another father can tell you how he made it through that hardship. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And then it could just be a place where you could talk about it. Maybe somebody might have a autistic child and they really just breaking down. They don't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? But you might have another father that in the same situation that helps him get through that, and what maneuvers or avenues he can go to help him better understand and improve on the communication or relationships with their kids, with their wife, with their, you know what I'm saying? Just everybody. You feel me? Because sometimes we don't get a chance to rest. We always on go. You know what I mean? So I feel like the pressures sometimes, if they're not strong enough, because everybody's not headstrong, they feel like you can't worry about so much about what's in the future if you don't know. You can't do it. You know what I'm saying? That's where the anxiety come from. That's where the stress come from. You might kill yourself about a bill that the IRS had wrong. You know what I mean? They might have got your paperwork mixed up. They said you owe $5,000, and then the next week they say, you know what? We had an error. We actually owe you money. You know what I mean? So just how to get the stresses out. That's all I was thinking about. I was like, man, it got to be something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What if?
Yeah, and that would be a perfect start. But then also, equipping men with tools and resources throughout the year to also be able to, whether it's a once a month group where they meet up with other men in similar situations, or it's a daily ritual of sitting down in a quiet space and praying or meditating or whatever it is, and just simply connecting with whatever you may see as spiritual or, at the core of your being.
Right.
Doing that habitually, moving your body, which I think is absolutely essential. Moving your body and properly fueling your body. It's like if we're teaching men to do that, they're taking that back to their homes. They're teaching and showing their families how to do that stuff on a continual basis. Man, it'd be huge. And just, you kind of hit on this, but the connectedness that would come from a situation like that with men, and getting perspective on their situations to see, oh, there are far more men in a similar situation or who have similar feelings to what I feel than what I thought. I thought it was just me. It's like, no, okay, dude, I let's say somebody's doing awesome. Let's say this guy is killing the game, making $500,000 a year. You're like, oh, I can't even imagine doing that. But you're sitting in a room and you have no idea what he does. And he's got the same struggles as you.
Right.
And you're like, you know what, man, that perspective is great to see, because we're not that different. Yeah, maybe we're operating differently, and there's some things I need to fix on how I handle my day-to-day business, but same struggles, same desires.
Right.
And like I said, it just be hugely beneficial. So
yeah, I just feel like we just in different stages of life. That's all it is. You know what I'm saying? Because I think that's why we don't have more entrepreneurs or more people that's their self. They be afraid to be their self because so many clones that's gonna tell them, man, what you doing over there, man? You know what I'm saying? You look crazy. You know what I'm saying? Not knowing that he's gonna be a billionaire doing something that's out of the box. You know what I mean? People that's rich most of the time did do something out of the box and get out of the crowd. You feel me? So it's like the people that you see on TV probably that are billionaires or millionaires, it's not so far-fetched that you can't be a millionaire or billionaire too if you just use your own brain, do what you want to do, and it might be a whole cast of people waiting on you to do that, but they don't have anybody to help them. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You have the skill, exactly.
And even with that, it's so many different directions I can go with that. But it's like that outcome is what a lot of us tend to focus on, is like, when do I get this? But more important to that is who we become on that journey as well. It's like there's something that's so much more fulfilling than to actually go after what it is you want. And even if you don't get it, it's like you're still becoming and practicing the things that make you the type of person you want to be. And so you can look yourself in the mirror every day and you're like, man, I'm the shit. I'm the shit.
I'm doing it.
Because I'm doing it.
Look.
And I'm going to keep trying to get better.
Exactly. So in closing, because we running it. We running it. I appreciate you, but we running it. And I'm just say this. I'm gonna leave them with this. Whatever you want to do, stop saying you finna get ready to do it and just do it. You know what I'm saying? Because the hardest part about doing it is starting. You know what I'm saying? Once you start, you can fail. I know that sounds crazy, but as you fail, you find out how not to fail. You know what I'm saying? And you start winning. You feel me? You have to have practice to get better. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? You got something you're gonna leave them with, man. You got
absolutely. Like you said, I mean, small, simple steps, practice leads to progress. It's like you're right there on it, man. I couldn't agree more. It's like, I still believe the foundation of it all is what you do with your physical body.
Right.
It's like, if you feel good, you're going to be able to show up better every single day. And so I say start there, start making small steps to get everything in alignment, and, you know, enjoy the ride. Know you're going to fail and learn on the journey. So
you hear me? My brother, I just want to thank you again, man, for coming on the show, coming on the podcast, blessing me with your prayers, you know what I'm saying? Educating, giving your opinion on the health, because he is a nutritionist. Hit him up. Matter of fact, give them your contacts where they can contact you at on social media if you like, you know what I mean?
So yeah, you can find me on Instagram at Daniel Williams Fit, or on Facebook simply at Daniel Williams.
Okay, that's what's up, and y'all already know, man. Eric the Great, the What If Podcast. Hey, if you gonna create, be great. You know what I'm saying? And that's how you elevate. You know what I'm saying? And we act this thing, man. Hey, I love you, bro. I love y'all. And we gonna see y'all next time. You hear me?
Eric the Great, the What If Podcast. If was a fifth, we all be drunk. The What If Podcast. If was a fifth, we all be drunk.